assholes. Tuco scratched my leg or some shit. Whatever. My cat's name is Tuco, by the way. Happy Monday, everybody. Mondays fucking suck for all you corporate America workers. I know. 9-to-5ers, day walkers. Sorry. Probably, hopefully, you're enjoying your coffee by the time I get this to you, but I'm going to start doing these videos a little bit earlier. Welcome back to The Window, the sports betting podcast where we turned your losing hobby into a legitimate side hustle. I am Jemia, one half of the To The Window Sports Betting Podcast. And all right, look, before we get into this, I need to address what happened Saturday in that Minnesota game, which was fucking nuts. Ant-Man, straight from here in the ATL, and Dante DiVincenzo both go down in the first half, and Minnesota won anyway, going away by 16 points. I think that's huge. I think the books really got this wrong on this line. I think it's crazy, and I'll get into why later. But we'll start with the other games first in the NBA playoffs. But before we do that, I just want to say a little motivational talk for you people out there that are down in the dumps. Again, like I said, it's Monday. Mondays suck. You're already dreading the rest of the week, and you hadn't even started yet. But just do something today. Try to make yourself 1% better than you were yesterday, last week, whatever. Just do something a little bit better than you were last week. Just a little bit, not a lot. You don't have to reinvent the wheel here, but just do something a little bit better. Just take 5 minutes, something you've been putting off. This might take a few hours. Just do it for 5 minutes. See what happens. Trust. All right, let's get into it. NBA playoffs. Pistons, Magic. Orlando's up 2-1 in this series. They stole that first game in Detroit very convincingly. This is a bad matchup for Detroit. And both defenses are really good, so I'm really like the under 213 in that game. The lesson on this one is that totals in playoff series usually tend to go down, not up, depending on depending on the matchups. But mostly Western Conference, maybe they'll go up depending on the team, Warriors or something like that back in the day. But now these totals are going to trend down because these guys are playing defense that we haven't seen all year because everybody was tanking and getting and nobody was playing people, and it was just a really awkward year in the NBA. But now these guys are serious and they're playing some serious defense. Look, we took a bad beat yesterday on that Boston under. That was terrible. But in a blowout like that, I would have bet the under again. I mean, nobody counted on Peyton Pritchard coming off the bench and putting up 34 points. So that's an L we'll take. That's a lesson learned. That's what you call variance. That's not a bad bet. That's a good bet. But good bets lose, bad bets win. It is what it is. Pistons Magic, we're taking the under 213 in that game, and we're also going to take Orlando plus 3.5. Look, Orlando's up 2-1 in this series. They stole one in Detroit already. I'm not sure what Detroit is going to do with this matchup that they're already having issues with, and the books are giving me more than a possession. Clearly they think Detroit's a better team. Detroit is the better team. They're just not playing like it right now. And I just think that 3.5 is too many in Orlando. They've got momentum going. I know the narrative of they don't like the coach and all that shit, but it doesn't fucking matter. When you're in the playoffs, you're on a team, you've got people you don't like. It's going to happen. Sometimes you don't like your coach. I really didn't like my college coach. He was like 5'6". He looked like Super Mario. It was weird, but he was coaching basketball. He was whatever. Shout out to you, Coach Griffin. But when it comes to crunch time in the playoffs, you come together as a team, you want to win. And right now, Orlando is really believing in themselves, and they've got Detroit backpedaling. And you're giving me over one possession in this game. Give me Orlando plus 3.5 for a unit. And on that note, also give me Paolo Banchero, Nachos, Burritos, Doritos, points, rebounds, and assists over 35.5. 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I think he had upwards over 40 in the last game. It's a high leverage game. He's going to have to facilitate. He's the engine that makes this team go. So give me Paolo Banchero over 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists combined. Next game up, we got OKC and Phoenix. This one's just gotten really ugly. OKC is that good. They're up 3-0 in this series. When a team like Phoenix, they're facing elimination, two things happen in the betting market. One, the public pours money on the desperate team because they want drama. They want Phoenix to extend the series. Two, the favorites price inflates because the public wants they want it to be over. So you get two sides of the coin, but both sides of that coin create an opportunity, I think, and I think people think this game is going to go over, but I think it's going to go under. OKC's defense has been legitimate all year long. Them losing Jalen Williams to the hamstring, I think, increases their defensive capability in that they're just going to run the offense through SGA. And when they run the offense through SGA, the supporting players are just going to step up on the defensive side of the ball. That's just the way it's going to go. And we're going to take the under 213.5 in that game. Same game, like I just said, with Jalen Williams out, SGA's usage, which I think he was going to get these points anyway. SGA over 31.5 points in a closeout spot. I think he's good for 35, 36 in this game, maybe more, especially with J-Dub out. So give us SGA over 31.5 points. Same game, Dylan Brooks over 18.5 points. I don't know where Devin Booker is, where he went. If you see him, tell him I said what's up, because he's not on the fucking basketball court. They are in his head. Alex Caruso is owning that man. Legitimately owning this dude. With that being said, Dylan Brooks, he's not a complimentary piece. He's an aggressor. He goes after it. He attacks. He pokes the bear. They were talking about it in January, in between, football games when the season was first starting out, that, how much of a thorn in the side of his opponents he is. He's that guy you hate playing against, but you love having on your team. That's Dylan Brooks. And I think he's going to get to the line. I think he's going to attack. I think he's going to draw fouls. I just think that he's going to have to step up with the absence of Devin Booker. Grayson Allen's just now coming back from injury. I think Dylan Brooks is going to step up. I think he had 33 points last game, and they set it at 18.5. Look, yesterday we had Scoot Henderson for the Blazers over 14.5 points after he scored 20-plus points in two straight games. You know how many points that man scored for us on that bet? 0. That man scored 0 points. I thought it was a typo. I was checking the app, and that, it kind of updates and says, I didn't think he was playing. So it'll show the 0, like, I'm like, oh, he was a late scratch or something. No, he just sucks. I'll never bet on Scoot Henderson again for this season. We'll see him next season. So the game I was talking about when we first started this thing off, this is the one, the full weight of what happened in this game. Like 1 minute, 19 seconds into the game is when DiVincenzo went down. Plants his foot, no contact, immediately went to the floor. Plant collapsed. You saw it, it happened last year. And what's really weird, if you notice it, it happened to every player that wore the number 0. Tatum, Halliburton, DiVincenzo, and I can't remember the fourth guy. Fuck. But anyway, you're wearing 0. You're going to blow your Achilles. 1 minute, 19 seconds into the game, torn right Achilles, season over, surgery in New York yesterday. He was averaging 14.3 points a game in the series, 48% from 3. He was one of 4 guys in the NBA this year to start every single game, all 82 games. Him and 3 other guys did that. And, the entire team's just devastated for him. It sucks, like really bad. So keep this. We don't get to halftime. And Anthony Edwards, who's averaging 23 and 8 in the series, not great for him, but good enough. They were up 2-1 before he went down. Goes up, try to block a shot, hyperextends his knee, bone bruise, 2 weeks minimum. Both starting guards for this team gone before halftime against Jamal Murray, the Joker, and the rest of this Denver Nuggets team. And what does Minnesota do? Minnesota comes out and wins the game by 16 points. Why is this? One, Aaron Gordon, or the ghost that is hanging out with Devin Booker, and that guy sucks right now. I don't know what's going on with his game, but he is awful. And 2, I don't think the Joker is 100%. The way he didn't move at 100% until the end of the game when he went to try to fight Jaden McDaniels at the end of the game. That was the only time of the game when the man moved with some sort of purpose. The rest, he was just kind of just moving. It was weird. But to lose that game by 16 points and let Dosunmu come off the bench. Yeah, Dosunmu. He came off the bench and scored 43. All right, Mike Conley stepped up. Rudy Gobert stepped up. The Timberwolves have kind of a built a culture about this, and I think this is just the way they play. And I think they're going to come together as a team. And you're giving me 11.5 points. Yeah, Denver is favored. They just lost by 16 when both guys went down before halftime, and you're giving me 11.5. That's just crazy to me. Is Minnesota's identity is not just Anthony Edwards and Dante DiVincenzo. Their identity is Rudy Gobert, who was up for Defensive Player of the Year, and he would have got it if it wasn't for Wemby being just Wemby. But in the last 48 hours, they've lost both their guards, got to travel to Denver. Odds are stacked against them. I just think this team's going to come together. They might not win the game, but I don't think they're losing by more than 11 points. So give us Minnesota, the Timberwolves, plus the 11.5. Same game, it's going to slow down with no Ant-Man, no Dante DiVincenzo. Julius Randle's really methodical on offense. Rudy Gobert, not so great on offense. Their offense is going to become really methodical. And I also think that Joker is going to touch the ball every other possession in the series if he's 100%. If he's not, Jamal Murray's going to get his anyway. Both of them have to go off in order for Denver to hold serve at home and not get eliminated by a team that just lost both their starting guards. So we're going to take the under 222 in that game because I think the game's going to slow down. But I do think Jamal Murray's going to get his points. So we're taking Jamal Murray over 26.5 points. Season on the line, back against the wall. He's going to fire up his shots. I mean, he got 30 points in I think it was game 2, and he shot some god-awful percentage, 25% from the field, but he went to the line 16, 17 times or something crazy like that. Whenever he needs 30, he gets 30. I think he goes for 30 tonight. So you're giving me 26.5. I'm going to take it all day for a unit. Jamal Murray over 26.5. All right, so that's going to do it for the NBA. On to baseball. I'm going to talk pitching a little bit, not a lot. I'm not going to beat your eardrums up about it. My Guardians, the Cleveland Guardians, are playing the Tampa Bay Rays, and we've got Steven Matz against Parker Messick, and Parker Messick has been dealing. Steven Matz got tattooed his last time out, so I am looking for Matz to bounce back, Messick to keep his current form. So I think no runs first inning. Tampa Bay Cleveland is worth a unit, so we're going to take that one to the window. No runs first inning, Tampa Bay Cleveland. We're going to take, speaking of the bounce back, I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Rays at plus money against my own team. Yes, against my own team, just like I did yesterday with the Toronto Raptors. I do not care who's playing. I like the money. So we're going to take Tampa Bay at plus 127, whatever number you get, but I think they're live to beat the Guardians at home on this Monday night game. Next up, Ranger Suarez, Dylan Cease, the Red Sox, the Blue Jays. This is a pitching dream if you're into that kind of thing. I'm not. Keep it short and sweet. We're going no runs first inning in that one as well. I'll pay the juice for it. I think it's worth it. Now we'll go to a game where I think there are going to be some runs because that one's going to look at the under in that game. If you're want to stress yourself out on a Monday. Next game, we got Jack Kokanowitz and Anthony K. Kokanowitz has got a 3.1 ERA, and like I said on the pod with Chris the other day, ERA is about as useful as a gum on your shoe because if you look at his FIP and his XFIP and his xERA, it's 2 runs higher than his ERA. So, and Anthony K., pitcher for the White Sox, gave up 8 earned runs on 8 hits in 3 2/3 innings pitched last start. So guess what? First inning, there's going to be a run scored. We're going to take, a YRFI. Angels, White Sox over a run in the first inning. And with that being said, we are also going to take the White Sox on the money line. You got 2 trash pitchers. Give me the plus money. Give me the team at plus money. Like they both suck anyway. This game's going to probably end up being 8-6, 9-7, some shit like that. Like, go ahead and give me the White Sox on the money line. It's a coin flip game. I'm getting plus 108, so that's an 8% edge against the house. Anytime you get an edge like that against the house, you take it. So give me the White Sox at plus 108. Next up, it's a weird one. We think there's going to be a run in the first inning, and this is Luis Castillo for the Mariners, who's supposed to be their ace, but this dude is terrible. His ERA is trash, which we don't need, but his xERA is over 5. His xFIP is bad. His WHIP is bad. Everything is bad, and he's going against this gentleman for the Minnesota Twins, Connor Prelip, and it's his second MLB start. So now they've got some tape on him after his first one. Something with Castillo, his mechanics aren't working, and his second career major league start, he's gonna get tattooed, and they're gonna score a run in the first inning. So yes, for a run to be scored in the first inning against the Mariners Twins game. And next, we're going to Yankee Stadium. Yankees are on the road. It looks like they're going down to Texas. Max Fried, former Atlanta Braves, is dealing. He's pitching like he's going to win the Cy Young Award again. Like he is that good. The issue with a game like this is I don't care about him being the starting pitcher because they're going to pull him after 6 innings. Maybe 5, depends on how he comes out. Then you got to deal with the bullpen. It's baseball. Jack Leiter for Texas is he's got some command issues, okay? But with this, it's one bad inning, one mistake, one missed ball, one great hit. It's baseball. And you're giving me plus 160. So I bet $100 I can bring back $100 to bring back $260. Yeah, I'm not betting $100 on this game, by the way, just to be clear. But yeah, at plus 160, it's not a high confidence play, but I'm gonna play it. All right. That is it, guys. That's the slate for today. I can run through it again if you want. I don't want to. I might timestamp the video. That might help. But we're taking Texas on the money line at plus 160. We are going to take yes runs first inning, Seattle, Minnesota. We are taking yes runs first inning, White Sox, Angels. We are going to take the White Sox on the money line. We are going to take no runs first inning in the Boston and Toronto matchup, the Red Sox and Blue Jays, no runs first inning. We are going to take Tampa Bay on the money line against the Guardians. We are taking Cleveland, Tampa, no runs first inning. We are taking Jamal Murray over 26.5 points, the under 222 in that same game, Minnesota plus 11.5, Orlando plus 3.5, Paulo, Dorito, Nachos, Banchero over 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and SGA over 31.5 points, and the under. And we're taking the under in every single NBA game tomorrow. What could possibly go wrong? All right, guys, I'm going to get up out your ear, beating your eardrums up. You all have a great Monday. Make it a great week. Don't bet what you can't afford to lose. If a bet makes you sweat, you are not doing it right. This is Jemia from the To The Window Sports Betting Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Take care. Love.